Okay, everyone, so it looks like we have finally gotten the last piece to the puzzle. So we got one final teaser before the official announcement tomorrow in the video and stuff, and I will be going live for that. So make sure you guys are subscribed and all that stuff. You have notifications on so you don't miss the videos I'm going to put out tomorrow, because I'm going to do a number of them. But we are going to be going live for that, so you'll see that in your sub boxes, and you guys can have that reminder set, etc. So let me know what you guys think all of this is leading up to. We're going to talk about everything here. Last thing I want to say before we get on to the video: if you guys are interested in non-Dragon Ball content, there's going to be more coming up on the channel. But if you're not, please don't see it and just leave, because I want to try to expand my horizons. But the unfortunate thing is, when people see stuff they don't like, they just leave. So it is what it is. But if you're interested in this content, obviously it's not going anywhere. But there's other stuff I'm going to be doing soon, so I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. That being said, GT Kid Goku, Red GT Kid Goku at that. For the record, every single one of the 3 characters that they showed was all a red character. So they showed Kid Goku here. And on top of that, they showed red SS4 Vegeta and red Omega. So most likely the new character is going to be red, right? One could imagine that's going to be red, but to be fair, that also is subjective, up for debate, because there's only one SS4 Vegeta, there's only one Omega Shenron. So it's just kind of like they kind of had to use red characters, right, for the most part, especially if they're trying to build out to like a GT Dragon Fist character. Again, they kind of had to do what they were doing here, so who knows, right? So that's just going to lead me to my next point. So what do I think this is? I even tweeted it. Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 4, question mark. Didn't expect Kid Goku here. So what I was saying in my video yesterday was, if we get another teaser, because it was obvious it was the last one's going to be a Goku, but if it was SS4 Goku specifically, that to me would have spelled out SS4 Gogeta. Now, the thing about that is he an anniversary worthy character? Yes. Does that mean they need to wait for anniversary? No. In fact, I don't think neither of Dokkan's SS4 Gogetas were during the anniversary period. So like and that game sells so well, they don't have to wait for the anniversary. It just would have made a lot of sense to do so, especially being a month out, right? But at the same time, having something drop right now as, again, a new summonable sparking, because the numbers do indicate it's going to be a new summonable sparking. That's what the 01S means. 34 was also an indicator of that as well. And most likely going to be an LF as well, because we get them monthly, and we get them typically about this time every month, for the record, as a last, basically like a last draining resource for whatever you have. That's typically what these gachas do, right? Right before the real hype starts, they try to drain you as much as they can. So having something like that drop makes a lot of sense. Gogeta would have fit that bill as well. But it seems like, since we're getting, again, Dragon Fist SS4 Goku, so I'm suspecting here, it seems like we're getting that. That means that Gogeta's probably going to be a headliner for the anniversary, which I'm cool with either of those scenarios being true, right? I'm cool with Dragon Fist Goku. I'm cool with whatever this could potentially be. And I'm also cool with him being an anniversary character. Again, he could have been that all along, but I wouldn't have been surprised if he wasn't, due to the way he's been handled in the past. But I think people are really looking forward to him. And I think the reason why he's going to wind up being one, especially, is because when you look towards New Year, they really said, oh, here's Gogeta Blue and UI Goku, 2 of the most hyped characters ever, consecutively, basically. So I just was like, what are they going to do here? Is it like SSB Vegeta and like God Topo? Like, that might still be on the table, but like anniversary is like really interesting. I don't really know what they're doing, but it does seem like GT is going to be prominent because they've been building up. So let's finish this post off. If so, that's fine. It's quite good planning, as Gogeta is definitely going to be a big option for the anniversary, which is like a month and a half away, like I said. I do still wonder what they're going to do that's different here. So in the announcement of the video, I pointed this out in my video yesterday. In the description of this video with the EU Bandai heads, it does say that this character is different than the usual. So you're not going to tell me that he's like a transforming character with an LF, and that's not what I consider to be different than the usual. I need to be seeing something that's actually different from the usual, right? Some people in here have that idea as well, but maybe that's just me obviously overthinking it. That could be the case, right? That's totally possible. So in terms of like the way that everybody on Twitter reacted to this was, let's see what they were saying here. There's a few in here that I really like. I want to kind of go through it really here. Thinking it might be Kid Goku who has a Spirit Bomb, since the other images are SS4 and Omega. That's also possible. The Universal Spirit Bomb Kid Goku is also an option. SS4 Gogeta, but its element factor might be red because all the GC units have been red. Okay. Universal Survival Spirit Bomb Kid Goku that does 10% of your allies' HP. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. Maybe he transforms twice. I mean, that's a thing that hasn't been done before, but that's not something I consider to be different than the usual. But again, maybe I'm just thinking a little too deep into it, man. It's Garlic Jr. Yes, definitely. Maybe he only transforms if Pan is on your team to reference his first transformation to Super Saiyan 4. Some people were saying that because he transforms in episode 34 for the first time in GT, that was a tie-in here. For the record, the 34 is basically just the months since the game has been released. And that's basically when the character was released. This is the 34th month, so there we go. That's pretty much all that is. Do I think they planned it that way? I mean, you could argue that, but it's mainly a coincidence, in my opinion. Anyways, that like all the characters have that type of naming scheme that are summonable anyway. Revival, transformed unit with 2 ultimates, but I didn't think about that. Probably something similar to UI. Some people were saying this character is going to use the unique gauge in different ways than UI, obviously, but that unique gauge. But again, ultimate card transformation. There's different things in here that could really happen. One thing that also was talked about, like he just said ultimate card transformation. One thing that was talked about was like doing the thing that like Fighters does, where it's Kid Goku for the most part, and then transform with the ultimate, right? How would you guys feel about that? I mean, personally, I'd be okay with that, but I don't know. We'll see, right? Also, people were asking which Dragon Fist is it? Is it Ice or is it like Omega? I imagine it's Omega because he was teased here as well. But to be fair, again, they kind of had to because we don't have Ice or Nova. Speaking of which, could they be secondary characters? Who knows? It's totally possible. So yeah, this is kind of interesting because again, tomorrow we are going to have it completely revealed. And again, if they had shown SS4 Goku here as well, my money would have been like legit. I would if I had the ability to bet on it, I would have bet on it, like for sure. But this really kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't expect them to do this. Now there are other interesting things that people were suggesting, like SS3 Kid Goku transform, or even like implementing like the Uzaru, right? That's cool, but like that to me doesn't seem different than the usual. I don't care about a stupid ape. Like that doesn't, I mean, it'd be cool, right? Don't get me wrong. If it's part of the animation, fine, but it doesn't seem different than the usual. I need to see them do something original. I don't want to see them repurpose things. Like they've done a lot of stuff. Somebody said maybe they'll do like the transforming conditions similar to Red Bardock. They didn't mention Red Bardock, but I was like, nah, they've already done that because Red Bardock has that already, right? So we'll see. But again, I could just be way asking for too much, and that's my fault if I am. So ultimately, though, I think GT is going to be very prominent. And if we use the same theme that I've always applied, right, when it comes to predicting what's coming up, like when UI was coming, I was like, hey, these dogs, man, they're so out of left field. It's very possible Black Friday is going to be UI and Jiren, and people were screaming, oh, it's too soon. But it's like, look, you can literally see the breadcrumbs, right? So. And that's happened on a lot of different occasions, right? And I also was saying there's an undertone here from movies at that time. I said, it might seem crazy, but it's very, 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 very possible. They say, here's UI and here's Gogeta back to back, and nobody thought it was possible. Not nobody, but a lot of people thought it was like, nah, that's too much, right? Like it doesn't even. I even saying it out loud think I was like, nah, this is crazy. But there's an undertone for movies characters constantly being released up to that point to build this team to where it would need to go. And the last thing on that topic is we look at GT. There's an ad popping up here. We look at GT. I'm going to be completely blunt and obvious. The GT players know this already, the ones I've interacted with. This team's bad. It's bad. It's outdated. Their last character, aside from the Zenkai Super 17, was like during the anniversary, which is literally a year ago, 10 months ago. It's not a good team anymore, right? So they're going to have to release Zenkais. They've already started that. They're going to need to release 2 or 3 characters, probably happening here, right? With this step up banner, it's going to be a step up with an LF because that's what they do. There's probably going to be 2 or 3 GT characters, maybe even dragons that are specific to the GT team, and that's what they're going to do because if they're the dragons that are not Omega/Sin, they're not going to have powerful opponent because they're not the main antagonist. So they're going to try to build GT from the ground up again, give them Zenkais, and if that is the case, if I'm right on this prediction, there's an extremely high chance that the one that everybody's really looking for from GT makes his way during the anniversary, and I'm cool with that. There's still a lot they can do. Characters like Oob could wind up being a secondary character. I'm fine with that. I've been really campaigning for Kid Goku SS3. I really want to see that. There's still a ton of stuff they can do. And as they're showing here, they'll just kind of just retread some of the content. Like this will be, if this is another SS4, this will be our 3rd SS4 Goku already. They just kind of don't really care. They'll just retread the same content anyway. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think this is? Do you think this is Universal Spirit Bomb Kid Goku? I don't think so. Do you think this is Dragon Fist SS4? If so, how do you think they're going to handle it? What do you think is going to happen for this banner? Who do you think is a secondary character, etc.? Let me know everything you guys are thinking about. And again, stay tuned for more content, not only Dragon Ball, but I want to try to expand, because it's not the first time I've tried it, but I always try. And the problem is, again, it's really demoralizing seeing your numbers go down when you try to expand. So I just give up eventually, but I'll try it again. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see all of you in the next one.